Thanks again to Malvern Books for hosting this event. And don't forget that they're a bookstore, so they sell books, and this is what they do. And Kip Stratton's books are available for sale right now. So you should buy his books and get him to sign it because he's here. That would be great. It's much easier when the poet is right in front of you. And our next poet is Andrea Eames.
Yes.
Would you like to join us?
I would.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Andrea, tell me a little bit about yourself. Why are you a poet? Why do you write poetry? What the hell is going on? What is wrong with you?
Well, so many things, Francois. I think it's like what Kip said, really, the irritation that produces the pearl. I think poetry is kind of a chronic illness more than anything. It's something that I think of as like a digestive system. It allows me to process things properly. It's the roughage of life, perhaps.
So you've come back to, I think I read somewhere, either on your Facebook page or some other place, that you have recently come back to poetry. You hadn't written poetry in a while.
Yeah, I wrote in college a lot, and most of it was dreadful. And then I had a bit of a 10-year gap from it.
Where you wrote 2 novels.
In which I wrote 2 novels, yes.
Yeah.
And I thought I was just a novel writing person, that was me. But a couple of years ago, I had a sort of, I don't know, I guess an awakening. That sounds a little pretentious, but I wanted to write poetry again, and I started. And once I started, I couldn't stop, which is usually the way it goes with poetry. So yeah, I released my first collection earlier this year, The Making of Stones. Quick plug. And the second collection is coming out probably in January. It's called New Monsters. And that's through a publishing house that I've started with a business partner, Jenna Martin, who's also a really great poet. Not that I'm great, I'm saying she's great, and I did it with her. And that's called INF Press.
And your book is available here,
My book is
as
available
well
here.
as Kip Stratton's book. To your book is, so again, she is here right now. This would be a great time to buy her book of poetry.
Yes, now
to
is
get
the
her to
perfect
sign.
time.
Do you like to sign people's books?
I do, I love to sign people's books.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll draw a little cat in them, even, if you like. And yeah, I have novels published which I brought as visual aids. So they're through Penguin Random House. They're not available here, but they are on Amazon, and they have really pretty covers. So at the very least, they look very nice on your shelves. And they're both set in Zimbabwe, which is where I'm from. My poetry is not about Zimbabwe at all. My books are very political and deal a lot with the situation going on in Zimbabwe. My poetry is very confessional and very personal, so it's quite a remove. I'm hoping I'm done with the confessional stuff now and I can actually write about the world. We'll see if that happens.
Andrea Eames.
Hi. So I think we can all agree that 2016 is terrible. And that we are now living in a dystopian future. So I'm also going to start with an election poem that I wrote the day after. So here we go. On the day of the apocalypse, make sure to water the potted plants. Make the bed as they teach you in hospitals. Sheets pulled, starlit taut as soon as you rise, to stop you sinking again into temporary death, beginner death, death without the commitment. The bougainvillea is doing well, although not yet flowering. Watch the mushroom cloud from your balcony as it sends its spores drifting. Tip the capricious watering can enough to dampen, but not to drown. The basil is browning at its edges. Go inside. Sit on the curve of your made bed and watch calamity powder the air. Remember cattle bred for meat. Remember the mortician hovering undecided at the makeup counter. Remember the care we give to those we have condemned. It's always hard to know when someone's finished a poem. I don't quite know the signal to give, like you can now, it's safe to applaud. Usually I just look down as if it's very solemn and I've just finished. So if I do that, then you'll know it's safe to do the thing. As I said, a lot of my poetry is really confessional, and unfortunately a lot of it has to do with love and sex. So I apologize for that. Maybe one day I'll grow out of it, but I'm going to read a couple along those lines from my first collection, this one, that you can buy here today. My favorite thing about it is the cover, actually. I think it's pretty. So again, would look nice on the shelves, but this one's called If You Love Me. If you love me, I will be too much, I promise, and I promise I will be faithful in ways you do not want nor expect. My mouth is sullen and hungry, and you must have all of it or none. Teeth, tongue, palate, one animal, sour and demanding and devouring. In return, I will unskin myself and spread my pelt, taut and tent-pegged to hammock you. I will swaddle you and feed you my love in pieces, plug your mouth, make it milk-drowsy and morphe it. I will suffocate and smother you with my perfumes, sweet and foul both, and I will turn your stomach and breathe myself through your lungs and weigh them in my 2 hands to feel them swollen and surrendered. And I will eat each of your breaths with the spoon of my tongue, and I will unswallow them back to you as kisses. I will suck the ichor from your eyes. I will uproot your hair by the handful and use it in unspeakable rituals. I will chew the parings of your nails. I will not let any part of you go to waste. My disgust is pungent as my pleasure, and you shall have more than enough of both. Your repugnance is sweet, and I will not meet your mother, and she will not approve of me. If you love me, it will choke you until you are gagged and gagging, and I will not accept your sipping, your timidity. Gorge yourself on me. Be engrossed. Be repelled if you must. And if you shuffle backwards after, husked and giggling, then you, my dear, were not worth the tasting. Let's see if I can do another angry poem, since we're apparently angry now. So yes, I have them all in annoying paper form because the book isn't out yet. I'm looking forward to actually having the physical copy of New Monsters in my hands. But here's another along those lines. Circus. Words are animal to me and fetish, the kind the ancients worshipped, antlered and tusked and toothed, with muscles and spittle and good strong jaws. But you trotted them out, tame as terriers, as I huddled behind my chair and whip, expecting savagery, expecting hunger, and not your pantomime of want and need, your rehearsed passions. I let you have my precious sharp-fanged things, crouched or couchant, with stiff hides and knotted joints, and called it a fair exchange, my store of beasts for yours, I thought. I regret your toothlessness, your pallor. I regret the waste. For you, they were a private circus. You made them stand on their hind legs and bark. You taught them your own tricks, soon tarnished by a repetition that you, in your tepidity, will never notice. Okay, less angry. Am I doing okay for time?
You have a good 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay, cool. This one's called Coming. Get your minds out of the gutter. I hunch on your fist, avid and blinking, all clutch and sulk, and lift and settle, my kerfuffle of feathers oiled to the tips. You have trained me to your hand. Before you, I did not come when called. When you fly me, I am a weapon. I rattle like chainmail, high-flown and hunting. I am a predatory smudge in the shivering sky. You have learned to read the tilt of my head, the cant of my hunger. But you are a kind master. You let me have my pleasure, such as it is. You loose me from the glove. You coax me away, then home. I have learned your hand, but you have not tamed me. You take the risk each time that I may hook a tree branch and hunker, sullen and glowering. I have learned to come, and for now I am content. But one day I may knife my flight upward and leave you to stare. I'll read just a couple more, if I can find them in here. So these are new ones from the new collection. I have the same problem. I read the same things a lot, and a lot of you know me, so. This one's called Women. Very overarching subject, but anyway. Women. We make ourselves in the stoves of our bellies. Actually, I should say, does anyone mind strong language here? Okay, good. Women, we make ourselves in the stoves of our bellies, from the kindling of years. Tears wiped with sleeves or soaked in shoulders, grunts born, blood lost, monthly or otherwise, old skins sloughed, cooked in love's steady and resentful flame. Men have forgotten that we were the first to make fists, to make teeth, to make cocks even. We are matryoshki, one within one within one, violently painted. We will crack you like eggs. Women, we are braided together with umbilical cords and sinew. Of them, we make stout harnesses. We pull together through tundra, packs of us, steaming the snow, tied neck to neck, bloodying our paws. We knot our cords and make ropes. We throw them from our tower windows and climb free, skirts blown open to the downward world, exposing our wide-mouthed animal, our one great belly that eats and spits, one kiln, one cunt, one bundle of kindling, baking the world like bread. One short one?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Or two short ones, depending on what I...
You have time for two short ones.
Two short ones? Okay. A lot of this book is erotica as well, so I'm avoiding the ones that are full-on erotica. But just so you know, if you do buy the book, that's what you're getting. I'm avoiding it slightly today. This one's called Unrequited. I love the world so desperately and to excess. I appear on its doorstep unannounced, with presents and open hands, and dress already half unzipped, mouth spouting nonsense. I am unbecomingly eager and canted at the hips, not how a lady should behave. All this dishevel, dampness, these parted legs and lips, idle hands given over to the devil. The world knows its own power and is cruel, the air too brash and the sun pitiless, as the birds trace teeth in the glower of sky and shout unintelligible noises. The world has hooks in all my senses, has them trembled and trapped, wrists roped and throat pulled back bare. Too much. The air is a harem of stench and colour and mindless gloat. I have no eyelids, no way to stop seeing. I am in love with a world that rakes me ragged, inside out, and I give it all my gifts, my flayed being, and am surrendered, haggard. Thank you. A poet friend recently posted on Facebook saying that poets shouldn't rhyme, rhyme is lame. That was a rhyming poem, by the way. So, you know. I think he just doesn't know how to rhyme. I'll finish with this one. Ocean. The ocean is the worst and wisest place at which to ask your questions. You skim them like stones across the wrinkling crawl, and it is large enough to hold all uncertainty. It is a shifting, swirling question of its own. What do you want, with each strafing wave that claws at the shingle, mouth foaming? What do you want with the gull's mule and the sea subsiding with the harsh of its own answer? A creak and a judder, and we are a foot further from France, and a trickle of pebbles shows the cliff has sunk an inch, and a cupful of sand, brown as sugar, is blown out to sea. The wind snatches the inner curl of my eyes, wicks away moisture. The sea is all spilled salt, and you must throw it over your shoulder to keep the devil away. Keep it swung over your shoulder, like a mesh bag made for carrying oranges. Okay, thank you.